Good morning. Good morning. Big up to everyone locked in. As always, guys, remember to like, comment, and subscribe while you guys are watching the video. And as I always say, man, consider subscribing if you're new because, you know what I mean? Some of the stuff we do is good. No, actually, let's take that back. All the things we do is good. Listen, I've got Gina building with me today. Sav said he's going to be joining as well. So we've got a few topics that we want to kind of chop up in the morning. So guys, get your tea, get your coffee, whatever you like to drink this in early in the morning. Obviously, if it's the other, just let that go for now. Just make a tea, bro. And then we'll chop it up. G, big up to you, bro. Appreciate you jumping in as always. Good morning, bro.
Yeah, no, morning, man. Morning. Big up everybody in the building. Monday, yeah, I mean, good. Hopefully, a good start to the week for everybody. Yeah, man. Let's start off as we mean to go on, man. That's the only way I can put it.
Nah, big up, Sav, as well, man. What are you telling me, bro?
All good, man. All good. You know the vibes, bro. Sun's out, it comes out. You know, like that, bro.
Nah, you got the wife beater on today, or what's the?
No. So it's not wife beater, bro. Don't put them I'm gonna lie, bro. The attributes stayed covered up still. You know what I mean? To the summer, blood. Keep that shit hidden.
Oh, yeah. But you say that, Sam, man. You always said you're a man of shorts, innit? So
yeah, my short. The legs are always I'm showing it, but everything else is always covered up, bro. I'm talking about like hood up everything, bro. Summer I'll step out, man, and then after summer I leave everyone in a mystery. Like, where's he gone? I'm still here, blood. I'm just in disguise. You get me?
Okay, so you're saying what? Explain that to me before we get started. Explain what does that look like in terms of where?
Oh, in summer.
Yeah. What does that look like? Obviously, no shorts and that, but
obviously short. Basics, innit? Basics. I'm a man of man's got money in that, bro. But I ain't trying to spend no more for the summer, bro. You get me? People have to splash the cash to make themselves feel better and look good in that because they can't just look good, so they have to go above and beyond. I'm going to the basics range of H&M. Are you mad, blood?
Hey, don't diss the basic range, you know.
Basics range is my thing, bro. Like everything basic, plain, no big logos and that. And trust me, bro. Like I keep giving man this advice, but no one wants to listen, bro. Get yourself in some sort of shape. I'm not talking about some bodybuilder, but just get yourself in some sort of shape, blood. And I promise, bro, you'd be spending like way less money, bro. No one's ever questioned the white tee, blood. Come on.
Yeah, for real.
Nah, that's true, you know. I've never really seen someone go, yo, that white tee. Like,
you can't question a white tee or a black tee, bro, because you don't know if it's Balenciaga or Primark, bro. You're never gonna know.
Yeah, for real.
That's so true, you know.
Yeah. So one thing I'll say, kicks have to be on point, innit? That's non-negotiable.
Yeah, that's non-negotiable. Yeah.
Everything else, you're good, man. You get me? So instead of just have the price of your kicks, instead of having the price of your kicks and all these designer stuff, bro, just to look like a chump, blood. Because let's be honest, these designers they look like chumps, bro. Blood. We sat for a whole Balenciaga fashion show, blood, just making the world like idiot, blood.
I don't understand how these I'm not clued up in terms of the fashion world like that, but I'm looking at that going, why? Like I'm asking why? Why would you think this should be worn?
Blood, me and En saw somebody with a NFL top on and a muff on their head, blood. A muff on the head, you know, and was walking down the catwalk, bro, like it was nothing. We went to the trainer range and some $3,000 homeless trainers. And bear in mind, man, I know man are watching thinking, yeah, but what do the trainers look like, brother? I said homeless trainers. They're literally trainers that have been mashed up on purpose with holes in it and dirt all over it. $3,000. You're mad, blood.
Honestly, that's sometimes. Yeah, I always think with fashion. Yeah, like. Obviously, fashion is like art in it. Like it's down to the consumer as to how they see things and certain things they see. I get all of that, and listen, we've had to you got to live with that regardless. But you know, sometimes with like fashion, because it's something that you wear, you know, that art is something that you just appreciate because you look at. You don't wear art, right? You look at it from afar and stuff like that. But with fashion, I'm like, but you know, like this is something to be worn. Like this ain't like I'm not like buying an item of clothing to look at it from afar, like in my cupboard every other day kind of thing, bro. Like this is supposed to be worn. And if you've got them type of trainers, or I'm seeing, like, you know, that there's certain t-shirts that just have holes in them. I'm like, brother, I can cut you a hole in your t-shirt, you know, for free. for free.
Big facts, bro. And
Bro,
when you got like
whole t-shirt.
that's what I'm saying. And when you got like
What I
a
can do.
decent store with a good price on that, and it's matching the expensive top that you want, bro. Why would a brother? I saw a video last week of Gigs here, and he was creasing because he was like, "Yo, I'm done with the designer stuff for my youths now. I went H&M, and the stuff are better, blood." And then he said that, yo, a couple of his Ralph tops that he's got, they were in H&M for like 12 quid and that. I said, yeah, blood.
Yeah, of course.
So we realized, bro, like, don't matter, like, man ain't asking really
About,
how much money they got anyway, bro. So I don't care about anyone. I care about comfort, and I like looking clean, bro. That's the word, bro. Clean, crispy. I ain't on no other thing, bro. So man just know when you see me, bro. You don't know what I got on, bro. It could be Primark, blood. I don't care.
All right. Listen, guys, let's get into it, man. Obviously, we got a range of topics to speak about this morning. So, guys, get interactive, man. Make sure you guys are commenting. I see the man them in the building already. I haven't seen the ladies yet. Maybe they're listening in the back. But ladies, if you're in no, it's tomorrow. I've got a video scheduled for that tomorrow. So, yeah, it's not till tomorrow.
It's on the day we play?
No, we play on Wednesday. We play on Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday. Okay. But the rest of the Premier League games are tomorrow, isn't it? Tuesday.
There's a couple tomorrow, and then there's two on Wednesday. I think Spurs play Chelsea. I think at the same time, and we play 8 o'clock against Everton at home. Let's get into it, man. I saw this one as well in terms of Diaz. Right, we've kind of seen what the fans have said over the course of the season. We've said some stuff as well in terms of is he the right man for Liverpool on that left hand side. Some of us have kind of preferred Gakpo at times over there. But obviously Fabrizio is saying that at the moment there's no real conversation in terms of a contract being offered or an extension. The problem we have in that one, and I kind of stuck by this. I'm like, if he's not the guy, who is the guy then? Who is out there that will come in and do more? Because it can't be someone that's going to come in and do less, because at the moment, I think most of the fan base he's not doing enough, right? So who is out there that can come in and do more? I find it difficult to try and find someone I think that could come in and hit the ground running. I have my preference of who I'd bring in, and that's if we lose him. But I don't know. Guys, what do you guys think, man? Because I know it's like, there's someone else that's out there we could go and get. But actually, could they actually come in and do more and score more, or maybe assist more or create more? I don't know.
It's funny because I'm doing a video later once I come back from the shop to sort out my camera. I said, let me do a video looking at like the winger targets, right, for Liverpool. And you're right. Like what you just said there, bro. Like, as in, I'm trying to think, okay, let me pick like 5. Usually I go with like, let's go 5 targets, right? Just 5 players that you wouldn't mind joining the football club. And to be honest, it's a difficult one because I don't know in terms of what angle are the club trying to go in, i.e., are you going, obviously you're not going to, but as an example, are you doing the Chelsea route, which is I'm going to get some of the best, and they have, to be fair, some of the best young players in world football, the Kendry Paez, Estavio, Quenda, like those are like some of the best, attacking players, young players anyway, in football right now. Are you going to go that route, or are you going to try and get a Pedro Neto, them type of, like that type of level play? I don't really know with Liverpool because we're not a club who spends money like that, and I don't know how much we've got to spend in that area alone to then spend in other areas as well that we're all saying that we need to improve upon. So Liverpool's such a weird club. Like, honestly, we could easily get as an example, just like a wild example, you could easily get a Elise, or you could have easily have gotten someone who we just don't really know, Tyler Diblin as an example, not the price, just the player profile kind of thing. So yeah, with Liverpool, honestly, I really, really don't know which way we're heading, and I think it's going to be more determined if, for example, Luis Diaz leaves, how much money we get for him. I don't know what the percentage that we will put back into the transfer market, see what the options are, see who's available, and then we take it from there. And I think that's just the way that we've been, and I feel like that's the way that we're going to go. So maybe be on the lookout for players who you can see there's an opportunity in getting this guy for such an easy deal, for Liverpool.
What about you then, Sav? Because I don't think I've ever even heard you even diss him at all, bro. It's just we just always listen to what fan base say.
Yeah, he's my favorite. He's my favorite Liverpool player. I like Diaz, man. I think there's valid points to Diaz can offer more, but to be fair, with Diaz offering more, it always comes down to output, innit? There's nothing else he needs to offer more. It's just the output. But as I said to you before, I think that comes from from when we watch, because sometimes it's frustrating, but a lot of it comes from the comparison of Salah on the other side.
Yeah.
When you compare him against the other wingers, his numbers are very normal in comparison to like wingers in the same league as him. They're his are either higher or just a little bit less. Like usually when there's a chart at the end of the season, he's in around that chart, like that top 5 and stuff like that. Because a lot of the frustration we've had this season is funny because we had the same frustrations last season. Well, Liverpool fans did towards the end. It was that fact that no one could score their goals. They couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. So it's exactly the same. So I'm kind of with G on this. I feel like Liverpool's definitely not going to splash cash on some left winger. Like there was that link to Gordon prior, and obviously he's a bit versatile in the fact that he can play through the middle and play on the left, which is what Diaz can do too. But again, he plays completely different to Diaz, so it might look like he offers more. I think he offers stuff in his own right, but if it's numbers wise and stuff like that, it's almost he had a good season last season, but they're not far off. It won't be anything drastic. So then it's like, what are you paying for? 2 extra assists and 3 goals or something, like, because that can't be. So then I'm with G's likely to be some opportunists. What they'll either keep Diaz, or if an opportunity arises, they'll strike there and then bring him in. Because for me, like Diaz must be one of them comfy ones for Liverpool, where it's like we don't pay you that much anyway, and you're of a certain age anyway, so we will happily keep you and see what the manager's saying. But if you want to go, also we can happily get rid of you and still get money for you, bro. I don't know what did we pay for Diaz, like 40 million or something.
Yeah, nothing really.
So I think you can probably get more back. But even breaking even's fine because you've got your money's worth out of him, and he's played for us on it, and he's done stuff for the club. He would have contributed to a Premier League. He would have contributed to a couple of cups prior as well. But I think you get like 50 mil for him, and then you make 10 mil on it. But I don't know. It's what G said. A lot of it's based on what you reckon Slot wants to do going forward. I think if he has the option, I don't think he'll go for experience in a winger. He'll probably just go for fast, young, energetic wingers. Energy seems to be a thing in the squad. So if that's the case, then I hear it, bro. But we'll see what the manager does, and if we back the manager and trust him what he can do, then whoever he picks will be valid in it. But you already know my views on the left wing, and I would have Diaz still. But if he leaves, I would just run Rio and Gakpo, to be honest.
Just give him a chance. And I've got a poll in the chat as well in terms of scenarios. You guys can have a little vote on it as well. And one of them is to give Rio a chance. 29% so far saying, yeah, give him an opportunity to see what he can do. That would be interesting. But in terms of like comparison, you mentioned Gordon. I've seen Red Armchair as well mention Gordon. Seen Tony in the chat saying we haven't really replaced Mane. But I looked at the stats in terms of, what the players are offering. So I put Gordon in there. I put my preference in terms of Semenyo in there, and I put Cody Gakpo just to kind of look across of what they've been doing this season in the Premier League, because we don't really need. I don't think we're buying a winger to play. Not necessarily look at, oh yeah, you're going to be playing in the Champions League. More what we need for you to do in the league, because Diaz isn't doing what some fans are saying he needs to do in terms of goal contribution. If I look at it total, is the best option to look at it per 90, or is it just on the overall? Would you guys
per
say?
90? Per
90 to see what that looks like. So I've got obviously our 2 boys. I've got Gakpo and I've got Diaz. I put Gordon in there because he's the one that we were heavily linked with, and I think a lot of Liverpool fans want this guy as well, from what I've seen. And then obviously Semenyo is my personal choice. Just looking at the stats, I don't know. Can you guys see it? Is it clear, guys, in the chat? Let me know if it's clear enough for you guys to see as well. I want to make sure you guys can see it. But in terms of games played, they've pretty much played similar games, 28 to 26. All right, which is fine. And then you look at, one of the things I wanted to look at was like shots on target, because one of the things is we always go like Diaz don't really hit the target because he's always like missing, or he's taking too long, or he tries to run across and then the opportunity goes. He's not really shooting it. But if you compare him to him versus Gordon versus Gakpo versus Semenyo, he's the second highest. Semenyon's obviously the highest at 1.3, but he's at 1.2. So that's kind of in terms of on target. Off target, I think it's relatively balanced. Him and Gordon are on the same, but off target, Semenyo and Gakpo. So Gakpo's more off target than he is, which is crazy. Goals wise, Diaz is obviously leading that as well. Gordon's only got, I think it was 6 goals so far in the Prem. Obviously Gakpo, I think, got one more. I want to say he's got one more goal. And then I look at like the conversion rate, because that's partly shots on target. Are you converting the opportunities we create as a club? And Diaz is out in front over Gordon, over Semenyo, and over Gakpo as well. Not massively over Gakpo, but he's still, converting more of his opportunities more than Gakpo is. So we're looking at that for just at the start, G. What do you make of that, bro? Because I'm looking at it going, yo, he's hitting shots more on target, scored more goals, and his conversion rate is higher.
The thing is, the conversion thing, I can kind of understand. When I look at it, because it kind of goes in a bit of an order. Like, obviously, Gakpo and Diaz there. I mean, Diaz is just about ahead, but I don't know how many shots he takes in comparison to like a Gakpo, for example, right? But the fact that it goes Liverpool, Newcastle, then Bournemouth, that would make sense because of the players that we're talking about. Gordon would have a higher conversion rate than a Semenyo anyway, because I feel like he would get more opportunities to get in and around, the box, whereas I don't feel like Semenyo gets those same opportunities. So his conversion probably would just be low just by default anyway, in terms of if you're not going to really be getting in there as much and you're not really, and from where you're taking your shots, I guess these are all little things that they put into this conversion kind of thing. But the rest, honestly, the stats don't really say much. Like, I don't really know, because I don't know, like, what is it that people, what is it that these people are looking for in their winger? And sorry, let me even take that back, actually, because it doesn't matter what we're looking for. What's Slot looking for in his winger? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't really know. Like, for example, is he looking for someone technical? Then yeah, just keep Diaz. He's the most technical out of all three of them in terms of on the ball control, dribbling, and all that kind of stuff. Is he looking for someone who is literally just more about the physical side of the game? Then yeah, maybe Gakpo / Semenyo. Maybe that's the kind of player that you look for. And then if you want someone right in the middle, then yeah, you get like a Gordon, not that strong, not that physical, but physical enough, quite intense as an individual, and can finish when he does get into those areas. So I don't know, like, what is it like? Is he looking for in that kind of winger area? That's why I feel like this is one of the hardest places to look for a player. Forget about getting a player. Like, striker, yes, is a difficult position, but there are options. I feel like you can get like different types of strikers in the winger market. Honestly, bro, I really don't know. I honestly really don't know, like, what is he looking for, in this area. And when I'm looking at the stats here, I mean, I'll be honest, like, none of these stats are like wowing me, like, oh my goodness, you got to get this guy or keep this guy. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're just more like, yeah, like the stats show me exactly what I've said about these 4 players in particular. They're literally all on the same level. So I don't feel like it's an increase in the level for Liverpool. I don't think it's any better than what we've got. Semenyo is not better than like a Diaz or Gakpo. Gordon's not better than a Diaz or Gakpo. They're all on the same level. They just do different things. So it just depends on your preference now.
Okay, let's look at that. And I somewhat agree as well. Big up to everyone inside, locked in, guys. Then I look at this part here. Chances created. Obviously, Gordon's out front. It looks like he creates at least 2 chances per game. Diaz isn't far off either in terms of his chances created per game. So what? Because as I said, I always see that these are the kind of conversation I always see from the fan base. They're always like, all right, we need someone that's to score more goals. We need someone that's going to assist, better decision making, don't go missing in games. Those are kind of the things I've seen that keeps reoccurring and keeps coming up in terms of what they're looking for within the player that's going to play over there. But just looking at this, I don't disagree as well in terms of what you're saying about they're very similar players. There's not really nothing that stands out above the other one. But we've got one of them, and the one, well, 2 of them, sorry, from the list. But the one that we want to somewhat replace is better than the one that they want to go and get. for an example, you know, Gordon is one of the ones they want to get. I'm sure there's other names guys will look at, you know, across the world and go, yeah, I'd love to get him. But Gordon was the one that we knew, like, even, you know, there was a possibility of even getting him in the summer. But there's nothing really stand out like that's gone, yeah, that's my guy there. That's the one. That's the reason why we should go and get this guy.
That's what I feel like it's with the, like, obviously we're only privy to these stats, right? So we can only look at it from this type of standpoint. If that is the case, let's just go with the hypothetical, or not hype. Let's go with the, yeah, we really want Gordon and we're going to replace Diaz with like a Gordon. Then it's got, I don't feel like it's a stat based thing in terms of these type of stats. It's got to be the other stats that we don't see, i.e. off the ball movement. How many sprints does he do? You know, all the stuff that we can't really get, like I don't know where to find like that kind of metrics, you know, on the internet and stuff like that. So I feel like it's then just down to those type of attributes, because like I said, bro, like they're none of the, basically, yeah, it's not like we're saying, yeah, we're getting Kvaratskhelia, who's above all of these guys. That's different. That's where you're like, oh, okay, yeah, now we've really raised the ceiling, you know, in terms of, you know, like the level of player. You've actually got a player who's a level above the individuals that we've got here. We're talking about guys who are literally on the same kind of level. And I think from a fan's perspective, and again, I don't even diss the fans because we don't have the information. I don't think it's a goals and assisting with these type of guys. I genuinely believe it's like the other stuff to Gordon's game or the other stuff to Semenyo's game that maybe we're just not privy to. So we're like, nah, but Diaz is still scoring more, or he's creating more. And it's like, yeah, but that might not be what Arne Slot's looking at, you know, so to speak. Like the sole thing that he's looking at. He might be looking at, well, guess what? He closes down a lot better than Diaz, as an example. Or he understands his IQ is better when he's in those forward areas. He takes more shots in those areas. He picks out a pass better than a Diaz or a Gakpo or whatever kind of thing. So that's more what I think about when we have this kind of list of players. That's why when you mention them, I'm like, yeah, man, I can get any of them. Like to me, it don't make no difference. Like keep Diaz. If you replace him with these guys, are they that much better? Not really. So, you know, it is what it is.
Big up, Sav. I saw your message.
Yeah, I was watching anyway. So this per 90, isn't it?
Yeah, per 90. So yeah, what's your kind of thoughts looking at? So guys, just join in. Obviously, so you guys know where we're at. Diaz is there, Gordon's there, Semenyo's there, and Gakpo's there. We're just literally, Gakpo's on the far side. And we're just comparing what they're like for this season per 90 in the Prem.
It's exactly what I thought without even looking at the stats, to be honest. Knew Cody would have, you know, more shots from outside the box and all that stuff. That's kind of his thing, isn't it? Obviously, Semenyo's the bottom of the pole in terms of the experience and stuff like that. Obviously, I like him. I was watching him play yesterday again as well. I think he's a good player. But yeah, like this for me is just determined on whether Diaz wants to stay at the club or not. Because if he doesn't, then fine. But if he wants to stay, I wouldn't go out my way and spend money on any of these lot over Diaz, unless they're just worried about they just want to do that thing where they want to bring in somebody because Diaz is going to be 28, and then you want to start getting people in the club early. But then you go back to the Rio thing. I think Gordon, I don't know, man, because I don't. Apart from when Gakpo does the back post crossing, that I don't think he seems to create too much chances in himself. But it's very obvious what Gakpo's going to do every time he does it. But when it's effective, it's really effective. I still think Diaz is the best of all three when you have to take into account all attributes. The problem is just the way Slot plays. He seems to want the wingers to step in to create space for the fullbacks. But then sometimes, but it's weird though, because like sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Because a lot of times it seems like they don't want to overlap, and that's obviously an instruction. And I feel like people like Diaz probably needs a bit more freedom than to be told to cut in every time, because sometimes it looks uncomfortable. Like that's not what you would regularly choose. And obviously Salah cut in as well, so there's something there to the reason why they both do that. Gordon's way more direct, so that's probably why he's got more chances created, which is a good thing. But I think like the other two would be as well, with Gakpo and Diaz, especially if they trust the striker that's there, in it, or there's an actual striker in the box, bro. Because the striker being in the box does change everything. Gordon and Murphy can hit the box knowing full well Isak's going to be there, and they can do the same with Callum Wilson going to be there. It doesn't matter who they change out, whereas we can't. So for us, it's going to be striker. It's going to be the striker thing. So I don't know. If we get a proper striker, I don't think we need to change anything. To be honest, I really believe so, and I do think Jota's a proper striker. But obviously, off season and that, bro, and we can't really afford to have off seasons at this top level. So, you get yourself a number 9. Obviously, Salah can assist already. These lot can. There'll be someone to, when they're on the wing, look up and there's somebody there. It's way easier, bro. Like we played football, man. It's not rocket science. If I look up and there's no one in the box, you get me? What am I supposed to do?
I'm looking at even like this one here, like the passes, right? Like forward passes, backwards passes, and sideways passes. I put those in to kind of, and these are telling in terms of what your winger is about. Is he looking for the progressive pass at all times, or is he just thinking, all right, I need to keep it? Like per 95 compared to 7.6 and compared to 7. So our wingers play the ball forward less than say a Newcastle winger and Bournemouth's winger. That to
Which
me
is what everyone gets mad at them about. That's what everyone gets frustrated with them about. But clearly, there's an instruction in it.
Yeah, because they're both doing it. It's not like there's one.
Exactly.
They're both actually doing it. And then you got the backwards one. Like Semenian's up. But look at that, 9.6 backwards passes, 8 point. So not only are we reducing the amount of times we try and play it forward, we're also now like overdoing it, playing it backwards. Because there's times when we've seen them go one-on-one. You're like, yeah, just take him on. If you lose it, you lose it. But you're 1v1 with a fullback, cook him, take him on, see what you can do. And then we go, no. Let's go backwards.
That's what I'm saying. Like I've said it on many games. I know because everyone thinks that I'm always joking on it, but like on the eye, sometimes slot instructions suck, bro. But but what seeing what's on your eye sucking and pause and being effective is 2 different things, isn't it? Almost like it's the Salah thing, and if his performances are off, but he's effective. So at the end of the day, nobody cares, isn't it? It's I don't like it. I don't like that we play like that, bro. And I can see that it's like it's uncomfortable for the man, then, bro. Like Diaz looks so uncomfortable. That's why when you spoke the other day, of course, international football is completely different. Yeah. But that's why he plays like that for Colombia, because that's not what's on his mind all the other day. You saw what he did in that goal. He just took the geezer run straight away.
Yeah, there was not even a hesitation. It was just like 1v1, cookie, drop the shoulder, gone.
Okay, so that same thing when he's in the Prem, he holds the ball there and he does that hovering thing and he's waiting for everyone to come into play. Because we're focused on keeping the ball so much. I do get it, because obviously everyone wanted less chaos from the previous season. So it might be the fact that, if I'm being fair to Slot, it could either be that they haven't fully adapted to his instructions, which is okay, because it's top of the table, so they've done their best. Or it just kind of sucks and we don't like it, but it's effective because Salah's scoring goals, and effectively Salah's our striker on the right wing. So that's another thing, isn't it? It's one of those ones, man. But like I said, when you compare these men to the rest of the wingers in the Prem, you can't compare it to an anomaly in Salah, bro. You have to compare it to the rest of the wingers in the Prem. And you go and get the Man City wingers and you get the Arsenal and all these stuff, that all of a sudden Gakpo and Diaz don't look as bad as everyone's saying, innit? I don't think they look bad anyway. I just think sometimes individually in games they look frustrating sometimes. You know what I mean? I think people would probably want everything that Diaz has with the shooting and being direct of Gakpo, and then they'll be fine with the winger, because that's what it is with Diaz sometimes. It's like, yo, go at the goal, man. Go. It's simple, but
they just keep it in it. Like, even looking at that, the take-ons ain't too far apart. Gakpo is obviously out in front with 66%, but it's not too different across the board, to be fair. But yeah, no, I don't know. Like, we are just playing it backwards and sideways more with our wingers than we are like actually being able to take the guys on. So if it's in instructions, which it looks like, because both our wingers are there, so it doesn't matter who we get. And you make a great point in terms of, could it be just because obviously they're still learning his tactics and stuff like that? Maybe we're top, so they kind of just let certain things kind of run. But I don't know, man. It'll be tough, because even if we go and get a Gordon, is he going to then restrict him as well and go like, nah, we need backwards and sideways?
The way we play now, Gordon can't play, and Gordon's really good. He can't. He's literally direct as shit. That's his thing, bro. Telling him to stop and pass the ball backwards is against everything he plays like. That's against his whole game. It doesn't make any sense to somebody like that. But obviously, and it doesn't make sense to Diaz either, but Slot's had to come and do a patch job in it.
Hello, I lost Sav there. Yeah,
that broadband is fucking around, my G.
got the mad broadband. But yeah, just kind of looking at looking. Can you hear us, Sav? Keep
Yeah, I
cutting
can hear
in
you.
and out.
Oh, okay.
This is
Yeah,
Pussy on
he
I told him just while I'm working, I'll spark you if you don't fix my internet. So yeah, he might call the police and that. But yeah, man, I was just saying that Gordon won't work in the system how we play at the moment, bro. So I think it's back to you said the same thing about the striker as well. So it seems like we're doing this every week, getting a striker to play how Jota and Nunes has to play, and nobody getting the ball into them, getting a winger to pass the ball backwards doesn't affect anything. But as I said, man just coming in and done a patch job. I don't believe this is Slot's final form of how he plays football at all. I think he's tried to get the best out of what he can. And as a manager these days, you don't get enough time to work on the team because you don't get enough training sessions. Pre-season, he didn't have the whole team for the whole pre-season. We're watching Sepp Vandenberg and Carvalho, who ain't even here anymore, and some young ones that don't play. So it's very hard for him to do that. I'm sure this pre-season you'll see something completely different. Because, like I said, Feyenoord, I've watched some of their games and they're a little bit more. They seem a little bit more direct in their wing play than how we play now. So,
maybe he's just he thought maybe we're going to be able to just use this as a rebuild season and kind of just try and build in his tactics. But then he realized, we need to win. We're in a position to win the title, so let's just win it, and then we use next season. Maybe that's the mindset.
That's exactly what I think. I think he didn't. He wouldn't have known that Man City were going to be this bad, bro. So by that proxy, bro, like no disrespect on that, and we don't need to. But do you believe that the way we play now, with an on-form Man City, we'd win the league like this, or would it be just close?
Because it's difficult, right? Because we still have the points, don't we? So whether that City is playing well, then I'd probably say go close more than say.
The reason why I'm asking that is because City's whatever points we're ahead of City now, they're that many points worse off than they were last season.
20-something points, I think we're ahead.
Yeah. So they're.
Yep, it's gone again.
The thing is,
and so they're 22 or 3 points off worse than they were.
Okay. You keep chipping in and out though, Sav. Just to let you know.
I start speaking then because the G code not speaking. I don't know what's going on with this shit. But carry on, bro.
No, you kept cutting out. So I didn't know if he was there or
no. Honestly, carry on. I just mentioned Man City. I was just basically saying based on the points, it's almost identical to what it was last season at this point. So we've got not far off the same amount of points, and City just got all the less points. So they're clearly worse off than they've ever been.
Okay, fair.
No, it's true though. It's true, man. It's I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't know what Slot wants, man. Like for all I know, Slot's trying to take a page out of Pep Guardiola's book. He's spoken about him God knows how many times. Maybe he wants more technical wingers like Bernardo Silvas or the Jack Grealishes or people of that kind of like. Who knows? Honestly, like who actually knows what this brother wants? Maybe he doesn't want a fast direct winger because he wants to play through the middle. Going out wide isn't really his thing anyway. Like we only do that because the two wide players that we've got in the team, Trent and Salah, are out wide. If they were in the middle, I guarantee we wouldn't see too much wing play anyway. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I feel like where you've got those two and with the abilities that they've got, that's when you're like, yeah, you know what? I might need to utilize that a little piece more. But he wants to play through the middle anyway. So maybe you do get Alex Baynard that Michael was talking about, someone who can come in a little bit infield, because we see it with Gakpo, we see it with Diaz anyway. They like to come infield into play to allow the left back to then go on the overlap. So maybe that's where we might change it now. So maybe we're even looking at it wrong and thinking, like Savage said, like you're getting in a Gordon who wants to play into that kind of space, when the reality is now, like we need someone who can come infield and almost join in with the midfield at times, so that the left back, Kirkes as an example, has got all of that space to himself to be able to play in that area. And then you get a proper striker, Kirkes, put the ball into the box. Hey, Slot, if you need to call, like, just give me a shout, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
G's got the stats ready for you, bro, and he's got the ideas there. Big up to everyone locked in, man. Guys over on X, guys, if you want to continue watching the stream, man, head over to YouTube, man. Come and kick back with us. Guys that's watching on YouTube, Likes ain't liking right now, man. Still, we're only on 18 likes, but there's over 70 of you watching from YouTube, and there's only 18 likes. Raw. The disrespect. But moving on. James Pierce. Do you man rate James Pierce? That's the first question I've got in my head. Do you guys actually rate James Pierce in terms of like what he says? Because I see like on Twitter, a lot of people like, nah, he just says he's just a Liverpool mouthpiece.
I'll be honest, I don't know the difference between any of them. No, I'm not one of these nerds, blood, like these dweebs who fancy the fucking journalists, but they're all the same to me. They're obviously decent at their job if they're whatever, but apart from what's the other is it Paul Joyce? Neil Jones.
Yeah. Neil Jones, them man there.
Yeah, okay. That Neil Jones geezer, I keep seeing him with the players on it, so my maths is he knows something.
Right.
I see him when Virgil's going to have an interview and that he's always with the player, bro. The rest of them, I don't know. I don't want to. The thing is, I don't want to just sit and diss man about how they do their job and that, because I don't know if they get stuff right or wrong. I'm pretty sure it's going to be hit or miss with anything they do, because it's all it is somebody telling them false information if it's wrong and telling them correct information if it's right. They don't make up the information because that's slander in it. You can get sued. Yeah. So, I don't know what to think about it. I know the name though. That like naturally, I know James Pierce, Neil Jones, Paul Joyce, and the Ornstein. They're the ones I just know the names of, and then obviously Fabrizio. But I don't think it makes a difference really. I don't think people need to get onto them too much.
I think you know with like James Pierce, yeah. I think where he's pissed, right, is that he's a bit more of an old school journalist / reporter, i.e., he's not like I don't even say, I can't really use Ornstein, but yeah, we'll put him in Ornstein and Fabrizio like in the same bracket, right? He's not like that. Did you get what I'm trying to say? Whereas they will post news about transfers all day long, and even if it's like contracts or even if it's just to tell us that the same thing as yesterday, all of that kind of stuff. Whereas remember, he goes to press conference. Well, I don't know if he still does, but he was going to press conferences. He was speaking to the manager. He was asking questions. He's got, let's not be silly, he's got contacts obviously at the football club, kind of thing. So he's going to know certain pieces of information. It might not be transfer information. He just might know that Donny's got, he's been injured in training, or he might know that this guy was missing from training. Like, who knows, kind of thing. Whereas Fabrizio and them lot, they're more about they deal with more that agent side of things, as opposed to him. I don't feel like he's got the agent contacts that they've got. So when it does come to breaking news, then of course Ornstein and Fabrizio, them man are always going to be able to break them kind of stories, relatively fast. Whereas he's more of a club guy. I'm just here focusing on Liverpool, the stuff that goes on in the training ground, certain things, all of that kind of stuff. So he's more on a smaller scale. But that's what it used to be, though. Remember back in the day, we never had an Ornstein or Fabrizio, but we had Guillaume Balaguer giving us the Spanish news. I'm trying to say, like, that's what we were doing. And we would wait for Sky Sports to come on, the yellow bar to come at the freaking bottom to say that someone has been signed. Now, bro, you have to people refreshing their Twitter page every 2 seconds. Got man's notification bell on just to see, if we signed anybody and, rare tear. So I feel like he falls more into probably our mold of what we remember of like transfers and just news around football clubs. And these other guys are for like the new kids on the block and that.
Nah, do you know why I asked? Because he says I would be amazed if Darwin Núñez was still at Anfield come the start of the season. That's why I was asking first. You guys like rate what he does? And I've seen in the chat most of the guys said, nah, he's not that guy. So the reason why I'm asking is, do you believe that he's right about this? Because is he just saying stuff?
Nah, I don't think he's someone who will say stuff. I don't think he's not a say stuff type of brother.
Like, ain't this what all of us think anyway?
Yeah, I think so. He won't be here as well.
This isn't even a wild statement, even if he was right or wrong. Even if he didn't get this information from the club, it sounds like something that we all believe, that Darwin won't be here next season. So, I don't know. I don't know, man. Man, I need to be a bit lighter on man's job and that. Like, these are professionals at what they do, and
literally,
it's just a weird kind of career to get into, of course, bro, because you have to take the bad with the good in it. Everything's based on breaking news and being correct on information, but Like G said it. If this man's old school like that, and I do see him around the press conferences and that, then usually them men are more respected than the newer school ones, innit? Because the new school ones come across a bit seedy sometimes. You get me? So, yeah, man. So good blood.
I hear it, man. What do you guys make of this one, man? Kelleher, I know we have to lose a goalkeeper, right? Obviously, we'd rather keep Alisson because Dashvili's coming in. But Kelleher to Chelsea, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to see him go to
That's
this
a good
club.
deal. That's a very, very good deal.
Yeah. Gee, funny enough, I feel like this might be my fault, bro. I think I got this on my video from like a year and a half ago saying he should go Chelsea, blood.
He should, though.
He should, bro. He should, man. I like Kelleher too much to watch him end up at some bum ass club, bro. Like he's a good goalkeeper, bro, and Sanchez isn't, bro. So it makes perfect sense.
But 40 million for 40 million isn't bad money. I ain't gonna lie. That's not bad money. That's good money. And bro, you know when you just know how good he is and how good he'll make this team just by going in there. I don't know if I want to see that still. I want them to just keep suffering with a goalkeeper that continuously will make mistakes in games and cost them games. When they're like winning the game comfortably and he'll just, for some reason, he'll just run out and slide tackle someone for no reason.
What you don't want though is
but that's what I want. I want them to keep having that problem. But
the thing is, the problem with that though is that what you don't want them to do is keep getting these dead goalkeepers for a small period of time, and then they get someone who's 10 times better than Kelleher. Now you're really pissed because then you're sitting there thinking, "Fuck." Kind of wish they had kept with like a Kelleher level type of individual who's good, obviously, like he does his thing, but he's not like a top world class like kind of keeper. What you don't want is for them to sign the next world class keeper because they're in a situation of, brother, we've got a millionaire version. We need like someone who's Alisson level kind of thing, and obviously he's not at Alisson level, so you don't want them to jump to that. You rather them, you know what I mean, just steady. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna get a new goalkeeper, you can get Kelleher. Don't go out and get, I don't know who's the next best goalkeeper, whoever people think that is, right? Just that individual. You don't want them to do that because then you're sitting there thinking, fuck. Do you know what I mean? Like, damn, like, kind of wish that they went for thing. And then, yeah, I mean, like, it's just baby stepping it rather than jump into fucking Alisson. And then all of a sudden, now your defense looks like it's some mad defense all of a sudden.
Yeah, I've seen the guys in the chat, man. So he's saying, Bob, put Cash and Kelleher for Isak. They got a good goalkeeper though, don't they already?
Yeah, they got two.
Not really.
They got Pope. A good goalkeeper.
They got Pope and Dubravka, but Pope's a bit different since come back from that injury. I can't lie.
Yeah, literally. Dubravka though, they like him. They
I like Dubravka. He's not like he doesn't have the passing range of that Dubravka, but his shot stopping and catching is pretty good, man. But, yeah, I don't know with Kelleher, man. It's funny because Liverpool stopped Kelleher going Nottingham, and he would have been their number one. But then my man's just gonna have the season of his life, bro, at Nottingham, bro. So Kelleher would be on the bench there too, blood. He's cold, bro.
He is cold.
Yeah, I don't know what Kelleher does then, bro. Because obviously he will move on. I just don't want him to go to a team. Obviously, at the moment, Chelsea ain't in direct competition because of where they are in the table. We already know with these clubs, man, they'll throw money at any problem they have. Ain't even a thing where they'll be like, well, that's not working. Let's throw some money at it. Let's see if we can fix it doing that. Yeah, I'd rather him go somewhere where I think he won't necessarily. It will help them, but it's not going to be in a direct competition way of helping them.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Problem is when we don't treat our players accordingly and stuff like that. And I know it's a bit hard at this club because of Alisson. They don't have they shouldn't have to have any loyalty to what they want to do. They should just pick the best for their career, and they shouldn't even care about Liverpool, to be honest. Because that's what I'd do, blood.
Nah, that's true, bro. And then Bradley, obviously, I saw this Bradley being back as well because that was one of the things I was kind of not worried about, but I'm just like, I don't know if I want to run Kwanzaa in the right back against Everton. So saying Bradley's been back to training since Wednesday, so that would be a whole week of training before the game. So ideally he'll be back. I haven't heard nothing on Trent yet. I don't know how long he's out. Did they say how long he was going to be out for, or roughly at all? Did you guys hear anything about it when he got the injury?
No, I didn't know how long it's meant to be out for.
That was all hush hush, boy.
Yeah, why did they keep it so silent, bro? Like they should have just said something about it.
It could have been. It could have just been purely we don't actually know. Like we generally don't know how long he's going to be out for. But also with everything that's happened over the last like week or two as well, maybe everything happened for a reason. Like in terms of this was always going to be the period. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, man. I don't know.
And then I saw this, and I wanted to. It's a good thing that you guys are on, because I wanted to chop it up with you guys anyway. I was going to do it with just phoning you guys, but I saw Liverpool post, but I think it was from the Premier League, and they're comparing their seasons, so last season and this season, and these were kind of the stats that they threw up, and there was a few like interesting one in terms of possession. Obviously, I thought with Slot we would have more possession on there, but we don't. On the clock, we had way more possession per game. What other stats you guys see from here that kind of stands out if you guys can all see it?
To me, this was very obvious that Klopp was going to be ahead of Slot on all of these metrics, bro. The problem that we had last season, as I said to you, is just the points tallied from now and last season at this point are exactly the same. There's 1 point different. So the difference is that when we lost the ball in a turnover, it looked like it was curtains for us, on
Yeah.
and we were conceding an early goal all the time. So we just cut that out just by Gravenberch being better by like 50%, 20% is a big difference in it alone. So yeah, man, I kind of expected it. And as we just spoke about the wingers passing the ball backwards and these men passing the ball backwards and not being direct, so it's very obvious, isn't it?
So like looking at final third passes is higher under Klopp, key passes higher under Klopp, passes into the penalty area higher under Klopp. Am I right? Yep, that's higher there as well. And also progressive passes higher under Klopp.
Yep. The pass into the penalty area is the key one. Because we just spoke about Mane getting the ball to the striker because there's no one in there, bruv. And also...
Everyone's at
yeah. Not like, brother, I think people just forget what happened last season. Yes, leaking the early goal was a problem, innit? Because it meant that we always had to score 2 goals. But we have to stop pretending like in those games after we didn't have the chances to score 2 or 3 or 4 goals, bro. The last 15 games of the last season, bro, very similar to how Diaz, Jota, and NUNEZ have been now. It's exactly how it was last season. It's exactly how it was. They were missing. Remember, everyone was missing sitters, bro.
Yeah.
Diaz against City, Curtis against Palace. Like, everyone was missing sitters, bro. We couldn't put the ball in, and the same thing happened last season. We had still scored loads of goals, bro. But towards that latter stage, the man then couldn't put the ball in the back of the net, which meant that when a team scored first against us at that point, they could win the game then, i.e. Palace, Man U with 0-0s, and that when we've had 36 shots on goal or something like that. It was crazy, bro. And then the other games would leak 2, and then we'd have to get the goals back to draw the game. West Ham and Villa and all this stuff. So trust me, man. Like Slot's doing a great job, and the main metric and the only stat that matters is winning the league, innit? But people need to stop overgassing it, bro, because it's easy to go, look how far we've finished off the point tally wise. Let's listen. By the time we got to the final, 6 games, it was over, innit?
Yeah,
we're gonna win the league, bro. So at that point, who give it that? Like the players weren't playing like they should be at that point. We were 3-0 up against Villa. Let Duran come on and score 2 goals in the last couple of minutes, and that 2-0 up against West Ham. Let Bowen come on and score because the league was already gone. We had nothing to play for. If we had something to play for at that point, we're not losing we're not letting Villa get 3 goals back. We're not letting West Ham get 2 goals back. You get me? But after that Palace game, it was curtains, bro. So them final 10, obviously I'll have to count them, but them final 9 games, bro. Nah, man, that weren't really with the metric, bro. So it's not a bad thing though, because who said that these particular stats mean that Klopp was better? It doesn't. It just means that Slot's been more effective in what he does with the ball, and that's his game. We do less in terms of quantity, but the quality needs to be better.
So then, what because I'm looking at that right, and you're right. In terms of I look at last season, look at this season, and I go, there is no real difference between what we're doing. We look a bit more in control at times defensively, but then there's in recent weeks you could probably say that's not true. But overall, across the whole season, we have looked a bit more stronger defensively, and I think I showed a stat that we was obviously top in terms of clean sheets and stuff like that, or joint top, whoever it is in the Prem. But it said we were first. I don't know, bro. Like I don't know. It could, like you said, it could be Man City falling off. Arsenal is not as good because if you look at the stats, it looks like we've dropped off. But so is the other teams that we're competing against. And last season we were on it. So was City and Arsenal.
Yeah, that's exactly what it
Well,
is.
we dropped off, but because they've dropped off so badly, it, it it doesn't really tell you the true or
How
true
how
story.
many games have we got left now of the season? 9
No.
games.
9
Yeah.
games.
So we're in game week, what, 29?
Yeah.
So, okay. So scored 69, conceded 27. We got a goal difference of 42, 70 points. 121, drawn 7, lost 1. And game 29.
Injuries, you're right, Chills was high as well. Yeah, it weren't mad.
Game 29 last season. We were second at this point, well, joint with Arsenal, but same. We won 2 extra games this season compared to last season, but 19, 7 draws, same. Lost 2, lost 1 this season. 65 compared to 67 goals conceded, so we're 2 off. We've conceded 1 less goal last season at this point than we did this season, and the goal difference is a 1 difference, bro. And the point difference is 6 points. So we conceded less goals last season at this point.
Yes.
And we scored 2 extra goals this season. This is what I'm saying, bro. It's not that like I don't care because Liverpool's my team. I want to win the league, bro. But I don't need to lie, bro. Like definitely, Man City's fell off, bro. Like that's what it is, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's very clear to see. Man City was on 63 points at this point or a point behind us at this point last season, and then us and Villa both lost to Palace and Villa. Yeah, and it was over. Then they just went and won all their games, bro. But that's not important. Slot just had to be efficient, and luckily for Slot, Salah scored so many flipping goals, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And more than that, is assisting so many because, yeah, well, I mean it's a team game, of course, bro, but it's the little fingers and that. Well, it's definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting, but like I said, all that matters is winning the league. And
Yeah, because when Slot wins the Premier League, then you'd be like, right, did it? I don't even know if he did it being less efficient, bro, because the stats shows that he's probably not as efficient as what.
No, because what will happen is the final 9 games will change all the stats.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it will change all the stats, wouldn't it? Yeah, you're right.
Because in the final 9 games, I think we drew like 2 or 3.
Yeah, you could see the guys didn't care after, bro.
No,
as soon as Man City passed us, they was like, yeah, it's long. That's when they was on like a mad run, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
I agree with Savage, man. Listen, we just get the title, and you just chalk this one off to just being one of them kind of seasons. But yeah, like Savage said, there's like I'm definitely not looking at this season as like a marker or anything like that because I don't think the team has been good. I don't think the league has been good. So really, what's won Liverpool the league is just being super consistent. Like you've just been so much more consistent than everyone else in more or less every area that you can think of. So when you don't have other real challengers who have been consistent in a season, then you get seasons like this. Like I don't think we are 12 points better off than Arsenal this season. I haven't watched Arsenal this season and think, yeah, we're 12 points better off than them, kind of thing. Even Man City, how shit they've been. I don't think we're even that much better than them like this season. Yeah, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like it's just one of those type of seasons. Kind of thing. Now, whether they come back or not is irrelevant to us, right? We just want to win the league. But yeah, like if you had put this same team with these same performances into last season, yeah, you would have been struggling, in my opinion, to even catch that top 4, to be honest with you, or at least be battling top 4 with whoever else was there in that position. But obviously, we're here now, innit? So you just roll with the punches, get that league title, do it this way, and then that okay. If everyone's going to come back next season, which I'm going to assume they will, then this was their season off. We've got to really be on our A game. And this is where you look at Slot and then say, okay, let's see what you're really made of, kind of thing. Because you kind of lucked out this season, boy. Let's see, can you do it again? If he does it again, don't get twisted. Then you're really like, okay, this guy's a bad man. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to, I can't question someone going back to back. I can't really even question. I can question, but I wouldn't really want to question then the quality of a league, if that makes sense. I'll be like, well, no, he's done it twice now. So it wasn't a fluke the first time. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So then I could really, really respect him, in that kind of regard. Not that I don't respect him now. It's just, like Savage said, and we've said it all season, bro. Like anybody who's telling me that they think this season itself, just in isolation, is quality, bro, you're trying shit, man. Like you've watched at least minimum 8 seasons better than this, like as just a bare minimum. So we know that this is definitely ranked as one of like the worst ones in terms of quality this season. So much so that we're all sitting here on the panel in the chat and we are like scratching our heads trying to figure of players to even sign in that, because there's no one really out there that we're like, oh yeah, let's get this guy, because it's just the quality of football right now is just, for me, is just kind of pants, man. Outside of like the star players, like it's just the rest are so meaty that we're just all battling meaty kind of guys. But then again, respect them. It's the way it is, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think at no point in history, with 9 games left to go in the season and being 12 points ahead, anybody starts trying to dissect their team and getting rid of players. But if it was as good as everyone thinks, man would not be talking about, okay, so we get rid of Diaz and then we get rid of NUNEZ and then we get rid of Jota and then we need another midfielder and we need another centre. Brother, it would be in a more exciting way, like, okay, we've won the league now. What can we add? This isn't, man ain't saying it like, what should we add? Man is saying get rid of about 9 players, bro.
Exactly, bro.
That sounds like the end of an era to me. That sounds like somebody who's like, our players are too old now. And yeah, like Inter Milan and that, but they wouldn't talk about getting rid of them. They'd be on some like, oh, we got to give them a good send-off because they've done great for us. This sounds like, how the hell has this even happened, bro? And I feel like I understand when people go, oh, now you're being a bit harsh on Liverpool and that. People are only saying that because we're Liverpool fans, bro. Because if I said that about any other team, everyone accepts that. It's the truth, isn't it? If you say, for example, Leverkusen is probably a bad example because of how good they were. But say, for example, Leverkusen won this season. Oh, it's only because Bayern Munich wasn't very well. Everyone would accept it. Accept it. Oh, Real Madrid, you won the league season. Yeah, that's because Barca was going for a refurb or whatever. They accept. Or if Atletico win and both won now, that's what people would say. Oh yeah, well, because blah blah blah. But when it's Liverpool, it's like, listen, it's not that serious, bro. Because as I said, you don't need to be affected by it because we're gonna win the league, bro. And the history books will just show that we won another title. It's not a problem. Keep telling, man. That's what Man U did as well. 2013, stinky season. Van Persie doing the Salah thing. They won the league, bro. And nobody cares, bro. And that's why they've been able to say they had 20 and we've had 19 the whole time because of that league. So it's one of those, man.
Just quickly before you even move on, I just need everyone to understand. I think, guys, I implore you, please listen to what Savage is saying, myself is saying, what Ends is like. Listen before commenting, because everything that he's saying, listen. Like we've just done a whole, what was it now, 57 minutes, right, of this stream talking about like players, Semenyo and this type of guy and that type of guy, right? All of you in the chat, because we're all in the same chat, we all do streams together and blah blah blah. You've all said that the 8-9 players you would sell. Now, as Savage just said, and he's not dissing the team or anything like that. He's not trying to say like downplay the league. It's not about downplaying, but you guys yourself are literally telling everybody, even today in the chat that I've been reading, you've been saying, yeah, we need to sign this player. We need to sign that player. If we need to sign all of these players that you guys want to sign, I'm not saying, by the way, we shouldn't. If we need to sign all of these players, then clearly what myself and Savage is actually saying must be, and I'm not even gonna say true because it's just an opinion, right? But it must be like, you must all agree, shall I say, in what we're actually saying, because you guys will be quick to get rid of about 8-9 players. I'm sorry, in no world does that ever happen to league champions where you say, yeah, I need to get rid of like 8 players of the team and then I need to bring in another like 9 players. No, come on, guys, man. Like, that's never, ever happened. I've never seen a team just get ripped up because, and again, I'm not saying it will get ripped up. I'm saying more, we want it to get ripped up because we don't believe in the quality of the team. So if that's the case, guys, come on, man. Like, stop saying things and thinking that like man's trying to be negative or.
Yeah, I'm really not trying to rub Liverpool up. I'm really not. It's my team, bro. I'm gonna celebrate at the end of the season like everybody else. I'm not even gonna be standing there at the parade when the boss go past. Go, oh, you man, it's you only got this because Man City. Nah, but I've already accepted.
Yeah, bro, exactly. Like, it
sounds mad, but we do it in other walks of life. I'm telling you, bro. Like when I see man pick up Grammys and that, bro, I'm like, bro, you just won the. I hear you won the Grammy. It's a great achievement and that, bro. But music ain't like what it was. Man, always do that, innit? Don't everyone always do that, bro? I seen Kendrick with 5 Grammys in his hand. I'm like, bro, you're not Michael Jackson, bro. What are you talking about? Understand, bro? Ends. Man said bing, bop, boom, back, bang in a tune and got 5 Grammys. That's not 5 Grammys worth, bruv. But you think I would say that? But if Kendrick's playing his after party, blood, man are celebrating the 5 Grammys, isn't it?
Oh.
You know I like Taylor Swift, innit? You don't rate her, bruv.
You're a Swiftie,
she got bare Grammys and sells out everything, bro. I listen to Bad Bunny, innit? Don't understand what he's saying half the time because I'm trying to learn Spanish. You can say Bad Bunny shit. You go to his concerts, bruv, and see who's there, bruv. And then he's like, oh, I've got this many Grammys and that. It's just what it is. Things change and things evolve, innit? It's just my opinion. That's all it is, bro. But as G said, if you didn't agree with the opinion, then when End was going through all this stuff, then you lot dropping more names in the chat than us, bro.
Bro, you know when we're struggling, you better drop in bare names, you know. Bare
you know how many
names.
times you know the times I've seen Edison and Gittins and Isak in the chat, bro. I never said any of them names. I said keep Diaz. In fact, I'm the only one I play is I said keep Diaz, play Rio blood. Basically, all I said is if NUNEZ is gonna go, let NUNEZ go. Everyone else, I said keep, bro. You might want to rub out our championship winning team, you pussies, blood.
They want to rub out all the players. Not one of them.
It's mad. It is so mad.
No, because I'm on the side of getting rid of players as well, innit? But getting rid of them, how many are we getting rid of? That's the question, bro. And you're right. There's like 9 and 10. I've seen like some crazy names like Diaz, NUNEZ, Jota, Robbo, Simicas. Who else is there? Who else is there? Who else? I'm sure there's more names.
People will sell Elliot. People will sell Endo.
They probably want to get rid of Curtis still as well. You know what I mean? Although I don't think you are not allowed to want to get rid of Curtis anymore. I decided because scouts for the team and you never walk alone. So now that you're not called Trent a rat, you have to keep Curtis forever now. That's a fact. Energy. It's only right, blood.
Yeah, it's only right. No, it's only right. You got to keep them. Can't. You know what I mean? You can't change your minds now.
Yeah. The scout, and any kid who comes from the academy who's a scout has to stay in the team forever now. That's a fact. But so it's one of those ones. No, it's killing me, G man. I really want to get rid of half the team and that.
But bearing in mind, just to let everybody and Savage and Ends already know, I don't rate the squad anyway. Like as in, I am dumbfounded that we are top of the league. But like as in, to me, I'm like fucking hell. Like I'm so surprised. Like as in, this has definitely shocked me because I do not rate the squad like that in any way, shape, or form. But I've been saying that from game 1 to game week 29 kind of thing. So for me, I'm like, yeah, I'm with you guys. Like, if I can get rid of like 10 of the players, bro, I'll get rid of all of them. You know what I mean? I'm bringing a whole new set of players. But you guys have been telling me in the chat and some content creators, nah, this guy, like we got the flip-floppers in the content world who are like, yeah, 1 week this brother's sick and they show you every stat under the fucking sun, and then the next week, yeah, this is why we got to sell, man, because you know he's getting many shots.
It's what Major said, and I've been saying it all season. I've seen it over the last 2 weeks, and as soon as we lost to PSG, lost to Newcastle, everyone went from being excited to, yeah, well, you got to understand this is Klopp's team, and I have what I told you, man, the whole time. Yes, it's Klopp's team. Amazon Prime him the title, blood. Yeah, it can't just be Klopp's team when it goes wrong, but Slot's getting the best out of him when it's going right. That doesn't make sense, bro.
Yeah, it's Slot's team, bro. He decided to keep that as it is, in it. So,
thank you, Enz. Thank you very much. We saw the press conference. He said, "I want this. I love this team. I'm happy with this team." He only said he wanted Zubimendi. So when everyone keeps going, "Oh, the club never backed him," he didn't want to be backed. He just wanted Zubimendi, and we couldn't get him. And that's not the club's fault. That's not his fault. Zubimendi didn't want to come in. Or he didn't want to come here, bro. So that's not their fault either. So get me. It's one of those, blood. Klopp's team and that, bruv. Let him on the bus, man. Let him sit downstairs, bruv. Next to the driver, you get me?
Nah, but it's crazy because they asked Klopp that, and he's like, nah, I'll be in the party after, but yeah, I won't be.
Because you know what would happen, bro. Klopp's a rock star in Liverpool, blood. Man steps on that bus, it's R.I.P. to Slot, blood. Man might like you in there.
Nah, do you know when your ego will take such a massive hit if you just won the Premier League as the manager? You're like, yeah, I'm the guy, and then the actual guy steps on your bus.
That sounds like them single moms and that, bro. That they get.
No, Sam, where we got? No, Sam, where we got?
You know, like I was trying to figure like where.
Sam. Because some kids in that. If the mom's got a boyfriend, but he's proper cool and he doesn't do the discipline thing and that. He almost
it's like the cool.
He almost looks like a friend, but then they split up. it's like bringing him back to the kids' party when the dad's there in the future, isn't it?
Oh,
And everyone's like, "Oh, yo, John's coming round. John's coming round." Dad's in the corner. Dad just hiding the present that he got for his kids is hiding under his top now because John brought them a horse blood.
Yeah, you seen that?
You're like, Dad, what did you get us and that? Yeah. Listen, mine's the special things in the bank still. Yeah, me.
Dad said he bought them a horse. Do you know how crazy that would be?
And you know what? You know what? I just realized why I said that, bro, because I visioned. Remember, ain't that what happened in Taken, blood?
Yeah, bro, that's exactly what happened in Taken.
Yeah, he pulls up to the house and that with some little gift, some karaoke gift, and the new stepdad brought a horse and a whole pie.
Man said, "Yeah, no, I'll give you the present later, bro."
I'm sorry for any stepdads and all that kind of stuff out there. Oh, sorry, for any like dads. Sorry, if my man brings in a horse, I promise you, you're gonna have to do something mad. You're gonna just have to ask the chick to marry her just to spoil the whole day, bro.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do something crazy.
I'm crazy, bro.
You have to turn on the sprinklers or something in the party, bro. Turn on the sprinklers in the barbecue. Get the whole thing shut down, bro.
Yeah, shut down.
Yeah, bro, you have to do something.
Let the horse out, let me free, bro.
You see, with a horse, yeah, when I think about it, with a horse, bro, man will remember that for the rest of your life.
But you can't win, bro. For the only thing you can do after that is buy him a private jet or something.
You have to, like, you have to like if that happened, you have to bad him up, like, yo, don't outdo me.
Yeah, you have to, bro. You have to send goons after him, after the bullets and that, sending bullets in the post and that. Because it's what honestly just said. He said, "Yo, if Klopp turns up with the fist pumps, slot just sit down."
Oh my god, nah! He turns up with the fist pumps. Nah. No, guys, imagine 1 million people, and then Klopp does the fist pump, and you as the current manager that actually went and won it are seeing 1 million people on the streets, wherever, just
brother. Oh, you know what makes it worse, bro? Because Klopp will try to be respectful, he'll try and like blend in with the crowd, like so like he wouldn't try to be forefront. But then someone just whispers, and it's like Klopp, yeah, Klopp's over there. So then when the bus goes past, everyone's like, "Why is everyone looking over there?" You just see Klopp over there with his cap on.
Oh man, nah, I'll tell them to close the doors, bro. He's not allowed to get on the bus. He's mad.
Yo,
nah, that's a mission. He can't come on the bus, bro. He can't. Like, he just got to be a. In fact, it's even worse.
Take it off the screen. Take it off the screen now, blood. Take it off the screen
now. No, I clicked it by accident. My bad. Big up Hakeem still. Big up.
He can't come. Klopp can't come. It's even peak for Klopp to even come anyway, regardless. Because if he comes and he's there, like with all the fans and stuff like that, right? Everyone's gonna be so focused on him anyway that we're not even going to be looking at the bus parade regardless. So really, Slot can't really win in this kind of situation. So
Jaden said he would walk, blood. Nah,
he can't.
He can't walk, bro. Bro, you got to just pull a sickie. You just got to pull a sickie, bro. You got to pull a sickie.
Oh yeah, I ain't feeling too well, you know. Let me.
No, the ones that man are looking for the spare seat and that, and then Virgil's looking at the seat. Yo, Slot, get up. Let the guy.
Bro, get out. Hey, move over.
We've seen Dick and moves like this, bro. I remember seeing the Section Boys on stage, but then Drake came out. I said, "Nah, Drake's mugging you, man, off, bro." Because all of a sudden the girls just wanted to hear Drake. Like, booing when man left stage.
Yeah, stop singing, guys. Let Drake have a go. Like, why do you want Drake to have a go? Let Drake have a go.
Brother, this is fucked. This is so messed up. You have to stay at home still. This is a dickhead thing.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Why is Klopp even going to be there? Brother, move from the, as in, I can't lie. For me, it's kind of, listen, I get the sentiment of why he's probably trying to be there. I get
he has the key to the city, G. He can be there if he wants to.
You know what
bro, it's different.
With old managers, the ones that haven't been had distributed with the club and that when they leave. It happens at Dortmund and that sometimes. They turn up for the final celebrations and that. Even with a Bayern Munich, all of their previous managers and that, they're in the stands and it's just like the German thing.
Bro, we've seen what it's like when Alex Ferguson's coming to games and that, just overshadowing the...
Yeah. Because you know, I'm probably a bit childish with it, innit? But you know the ones when I see them going to their ex's wedding and that. That's a dickhead thing to me, blood.
I would never do that anyway.
Nah, but it's a dickhead thing because I know if I turn up at any girl's wedding that I've been with, blood, I'm gonna make man feel uncomfortable on purpose. Just
what? Nah, you are childish. He's saying, bro, man, that's in the summertime. The arms will be behind that. I hear it, blood. I hear it in the summertime.
Then she starts talking about, oh, you look well, Savage. How you doing? Yeah, I'm fine with my missus and that. You been working out? Nah, go gym every now and again. But yeah, I mean, but your husband looks great though, with his little twig arms and that, and his pot belly, the pussy hole, blood. Yeah, you're gonna be thinking about me on that night, blood. You think?
You're so childish.
I'm mad childish, blood. I'm mad, bro. You don't invite me to your wedding because I'm gonna come dressed better than the groom on purpose. Blood. You know, women get all mad where like, don't wear white to the wedding, to the bridesmaids and that.
Yeah.
That's me, blood. If he says, our colour scheme's like black and pink, the man them getting married. I'm wearing black and pink, blood. On a Dipset thing, blood. You coming dressed like Cameron in 2004, blood. Dipset.
No, you can't. You can't do that. But no, imagine going dressing better than the groom, bro. Nah, bro. Nah, that's when you have security guards. You're like, yo, can you get my man out of here, bro? Because
Nah, we have to have a comment, bro. There's got to be like, you got to bounce, bro.
Yeah, you got to bounce. You can't be in it.
Don't just invite Klopp, invite the whole gang, bro.
No, that's what I'm saying. Slot has to hire bodyguards on the day, because if Klopp has too many of them beers and that and go, I want to jump on he just changes his mind. He has to get his bodyguards. Yo, grab this guy and get him off of here, bro.
When everyone's stepping on the bus and that, Heiting is the last person. It's like, what you doing, big man? It's like, I'm on the bus in it. Nah, Linda's took you spot still. You might have to go Everton still. Might have to go back across the water, blood.
Yeah, bro. There's no space here, you know. Like the guest is bro. You can't even come here, bro.
Imagine that you're on the guest list, but they take you off because the next guy that's a bit higher in rank, bro, comes in. Nah, bro. Like, nah.
The thing is, yeah, because it's so funny because we're creasing, yeah, but this is a very possibility, blood.
That's what I'm saying. This is why I said, Klopp, you need to just, like, for me, I was like, bro, this ain't even about you, bro. Like, I'd rather you stay at home and not come on that whole parade thing, because I just feel like it will take a little bit. It might not be a lot. It might not be as much as we're saying, but it will be, you're going to take away a bit from Slot. And this is nothing to do with you. This is nothing about you. Like, I don't want you here for this type of thing. Like, let Slot enjoy this for the first time, bro. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, you come in here for me, I'm like, loud, man.
See, they're going to interview, you know how they interviewed Kenny and that?
The Savage.
They're going to interview Klopp. It's like, hey, Slot, we got someone special here who wants to say, and this Klopp just chilling. Brother, this shit's so funny, blood.
Nah, you know what it's like.
Honestly, bring back Bobby and Marnie and that. Can you imagine Diaz and Gap because you know how people love Bobby in it. Gapo, you might have to go walk with Heiting a still car.
Nah.
That's brothers in that. You might can go chill on the side.
We're talking about the man that they said that's been the second best player performance-wise this season. You ain't throwing him off the bus. You crazy? No, but I would not do the interview. If they said, "Oh yeah, we got we got Klopp on the other line. He wants to like say something." I'll be like, "Yo, just tell him I'll speak to him later." Lock that up,
brother. You man better hope that Steven Gerrard season's done too, blood, because that's even worse if
Gerrard's there as well. Worse,
when Stevie G and Klopp are there together, blood.
This is where it like it's I don't know, man. It's actually just so peak. Because obviously I saw the Newcastle celebrations. Yes,
Anton Deck was on the bus, blood.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Anton, Shearer was there. But to be fair, I don't know where he was standing. And please, someone, if you saw it, correct me if I'm wrong. But I don't feel like he was anywhere too obvious, if that makes sense. Like where he looked like he was standing, it looked like he was like way up on like some high building. Like he was out of the way, basically, where he's not too close to be in the in the Shearer.
They kept going to him though. That's the whole point. You're taking away my coverage, bro, to go listen to you.
Yeah, bro. As in ends, I didn't see one. Maybe not. To be fair, I didn't actually look for it, but I didn't see one clip of Eddie Howe speaking. I saw Shearer. Shearer. That's crazy. Like you didn't win anything, bro.
Like it was Shearer's the reason why we won the cup this season. Like what? Nah, bro.
Yeah, see
the gaffer, bro. The gaffer didn't even get no airtime. But let's move on, and then we'll head out. To I'll put it together in it. But this I found funny, man. Man said we'd never moan at each other. I said, yeah. The reason why you don't, because you pass the Salah all the time. Salah ain't gonna moan at you for nothing, bro. Plus, he don't care because he lets you do the defensive work yourself. So he's not gonna moan at you ever. And then but when you pass it to Mo, he gets your assist record up. So you will never moan at each other. But who I see moan at, both of them, I see Verge though.
Virgil.
Virgil stay moaning like I was about to say something, man. Yeah, he stayed moaning.
Because even Virgil don't say anything, he gives the man that dirty look in it, and the cameras know that he's about to do it as well. Yeah, that look what ends up.
It's like, bro, if I say something to you, man, yeah, let me just concentrate on my game. Because if I say something, you're gonna fall out.
Is the look that man gives when one of the runners get robbed, blood?
Yeah, is that? Yeah, nah. Well, it's mad. And then I saw this. Obviously, big up Salah, bro, because these stats are mad. You know, one I didn't realize, man, was on 27 goals in the Prem. You know them extra goals he got the other day before we went on our international break. He's on 20, bro. If he bags a hat trick against Everton, bro, he could 30 goals with 8 games left.
He'll get 3 goals by the end of the season for sure.
27 goals, 17 assists.
I got this feeling that he's not gonna,
bro.
Because before I know everyone's on the bandwagon now, but man, no, the first video of the season where it ends, I said Salah breaks the assist record this season. Did say that still. Yeah, I mean, had a bit of belief in that, but now you're gonna know Salah's gonna finish on 19 assists this season, isn't it?
Nah, Sav, he has to get the 20, bro.
I can't. I kind of want to stay on the 19. I don't really.
No. I need him to get the 20 because I want to have that conversation. I want to have that.
Well, to be fair, the 20 doesn't do anything. It just puts him level with Kevin De Bruyne.
All right, 21 then. I need, what is it, 4 more? We need 4 more then. So Diaz, NUNEZ, Jota, Gakpo. Can you, man, Sobo, can you, man, just run into the box, let him square that to you and put the ball in the back of the net so he can...
It's going to happen. When Salah squares the ball to him, they're going to give it back. What happened?
You know no one's there. No, you score.
No, you score.
You don't know what's there.
Because at this moment now, the Salah, like, he's gone right. I should win the Golden Boot because Haaland got injured in the last game. I see him come off with the boot in it out the FA Cup game. So after the FA Cup game, he had the protective boot on his left foot. So he looks like he's going to be maybe out for a week, couple of weeks or so, maybe. Salah is what, 6 goals ahead of him, but Haaland could score like 5 in a game to knowing him.
You know that.
So technically, Salah's probably going to win the Golden Boot if he carries on what he's doing. But we need the assist, guys, man. We need him to get those assists because I want to be shameless going into after winning the Premier League.
You know why G's a prick, bro? Because the reason why G said that, just let him stay on 20. He just wants man to stay a little piece of humble blood. Just a little piece.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, because you know why? Because if he goes to 21, like Ed said, then it's that. And I'm like, this is the thing is that when you start having these conversations, they're just not a nuanced conversation. Like both sides of it are just too over exaggerated. There's nobody who actually just stays in the middle of that kind of conversation. You either hate the brother and think, yeah, he's overrated, or you think, nah, like he's sick, he's this. I'm like, bro, like it's really a catch-22. And what I don't want as well, as much as, listen, Salah is my favorite player in the team, what I don't want is I don't need a conversation about stats. Him getting 21 doesn't mean anything to me. Like, it still won't be better than Henry anyway, purely because you're talking about a central striker who got 20 assists.
But G,
winger,
you say that for a winger though to get it and beat the goal.
No. And it doesn't matter what walk of life in any era of football, it is more likely for a winger to get more assists than a striker.
I know, I get that part, but to then score more than him being a winger as well, you have to. If you're going to have
Salah's
goals on the other side.
Salah's goals are more impressive than his assists because
of course,
the way around. So it goes for both of them. But obviously, the thing is, Henry wasn't trying to get no record in it. He wasn't looking at someone else's record. Going to need to be that. Man was just playing football, bro.
To be fair, Salah could be doing the same thing as well.
This is better for the younger generation. No disrespect in that. Before you get all fucking heated and emotional bitches, blood. It's more for them, blood, because they're the ones who do the stat thing, innit? Because I keep telling, man, I was around, innit? No one cared about this stat record up until like 10 years ago, blood. It weren't a thing, bro. But nah, man, the thing was, you see the big chances created, 21. and he's got 17 assists. So that means the man only missed 4 big chances from Salah. So everyone everyone shut the fuck up about it.
Oh, raw, that Sav.
Quick maths.
My guy. Jesus.
I said quick maths. Nah, it's just, you know what it is? It's just everything is so stat-based. Like, everything is always down to like, yeah, well, this metric. And then I always say the argument, okay, we can play that game. Why isn't Alan Shearer considered to be the best Premier League striker of all time?
Yeah,
hey, G, them man, they're saying you're a Palace fan, bro. Ain't Salah your guy?
And then,
Like
G, you
I
know what's
said-
going to happen? Once you do the stat thing, the man are going to take off penalties. And then when you do that, man are going to go, well, the rules were different back then. Or the rules are different now.
No, but to be fair, Shearer's got the league title as well, by the way. He's
and the point is that the rules were different back. I'm not trying to do this, by the way, but the rules.
Well, what kind of rule? Like, what rules are we talking about?
The one what you hate, the most was different back then. So that one what you said that shouldn't be an assist.
Yeah,
that wasn't assist. That wasn't an assist back then. If you gave the ball to somebody and they had to go on a mazy run and score back in the day, that wasn't an assist, bro. You get me?
You know,
now,
in basketball, it's like that. Like, you have a certain.
Yes.
I don't know if it's still the same, but it's like a certain period. Yeah, I thought so. There's like a period. Like, if you pass someone the ball, basically you do exactly what you said. You can't. You don't get the assist for it. So
yeah, it's almost. I think it's a time period. It's almost like VAR, and they can only look back a certain. Because you really go back 5 minutes and find a foul 5 minutes before. You can't do that, obviously.
Yeah, that'll be mad, innit? Go back 5 minutes now, and we need to give
it exactly. What? Because obviously the Premier League, the main one. Because if you look at the other TV channels, like on Amazon stick and that, they try to give man the assist for penalties and that, which is stupid.
What?
No, they do. So like,
you know what? I'm gonna.
You get assist for penalty.
No.
I'm gonna slightly go. He should though. Slightly. No. Hear me out. Because you won it. Right, you are the reason why you had the opportunity to.
So your brethren should let you take the penalty. Then you get fouled, you take the pen. That's the only thing.
You say like back in there, if you win it, you take it, kind of thing.
Yeah. You know that man are playing on the streets. It's my pen, blood. You ain't taking.
Yeah, it's my pen. If I want it, I'm taking it.
But you can't get man can't be giving man assists for that, blood.
No, I get it, but I'm just like logically. I think like in general, like, you're the reason why I got the opportunity to have a shot on goal in it, similar to like an assist. You're the reason why I got the opportunity to get the shot, and then it's down to me if I score, and then you get the assist for it. That's the only reason. I know it shouldn't be, but I would like it to.
Even with handballs as well.
What do you mean? Say if you crossed it and then someone
and the man handballed it, I get the assist.
Yeah, might as well, innit, bro. I can't say no, then I'll contradict myself, innit? So
I was gonna say, well, you'd have to.
No, but I'm thinking, how many penalties has Salah scored this season? How many of them are
11,
hey, listen, there's more assists to be spread out.
That means Diaz will have quite a few assists if he get fouls, because he's the one who gets fouled all the time, isn't it?
Yeah, he gets the pens, don't he? So yeah, Diaz could have.
I'm letting you know, you don't want that. You don't want to go down that road and that, because all of a sudden Grealish becomes one of the top playmakers. They're just getting fouled up the place.
There's a little penalty, young little clip on the ankle.
Man. Salah, listen, Salah should be celebrated for what he does in his own right in this generation. You don't need to be compared to previous generations and that. Like, it's fun. When man just want to have fun and we're having a laugh and that's different. But when man are trying to be serious, you can't, bro. As soon as any rules change, you can't compare the generation. It's completely different, bro. They do the same thing in boxing. The rounds are different. So you can't do that. Oh, yeah, Mike Tyson will beat Muhammad Ali. Okay, but the rules are different. But
that's what G said, though, on the stream we did.
He did say that?
You said that if Mike Tyson hit Ali,
bro, you asked the question. Like, I had no choice in the matter. Like, what do you want me to answer and say? I don't know. You know,
but I gave you the option of agreeing and disagreeing, and you agreed, bro. So I'm just saying.
It's like the thing, there ain't no way on any of our generation budge on the Messi thing and that, but the older generation ain't budging on Maradona and Pele, bro, at all, bro.
But this is what I'm saying,
and they don't have to. They don't have to either, because we can go. Because obviously, I'm the one who makes a joke about Pele scoring his fouls and goals against RAF pilots and fruit vendors and that. But obviously, he was also.
To be fair, he was also winning World Cups like by himself. So
yeah, blood, and obviously, man was playing with Socrates and that, blood, on some gravelly pitch, blood. You get me? Which is actually harder, bro.
Yeah, you see how these man go on them gravelly pitch, bro. All of a sudden, their shins hurt, bro. You're like,
bro, I couldn't believe the first time I watched one of them Pele games, and that you know which one I'm talking about. When he was 17, and they kicked off his kneecap, blood. These racist fuckers, blood, kicked his kneecaps off. I said, "Raw, yo, Big this man up even more now. God, these lot had a hit out. They had a hit out on him, bro.
Yeah, they couldn't stop him, bro. So the only way to stop him was to take his shins off.
Yeah, man. So I don't want to do that to the generation. As I said, when it's fun and games, cool. But when we're being serious, let's just lock off the generations, innit? And Salah's nearly how long's he been at Liverpool now? 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
So if he stays at Liverpool, bruv, I feel like if we go to another 2 years, that's a decade. Let's call that generation, and then we can have a conversation. Then Salah's the best in that generation.
Yes. That's what I prefer, and that's why I don't like it. That's why I said that the whole arguments become just silly, because I'm like, I don't care what anybody says. I watched Henry from his debut to the day he left Arsenal. I promise you, I ain't saying that Salah's better than him in any way, shape, or form. But football is a lot different now than it is back then. That's why, for me, it would always be like, well, I consider a striker getting that many assists like a bigger thing than a winger getting the goals, because I'm like, the role of a striker back then was not really to do the assisting, whereas the role of a winger today is to do both anyway. So the fact that you're gonna, like, in my eyes, you're going to get someone who can score the amount of goals that a Salah will score, because the job is to, well, I need you to do both. Hence why we get at Diaz, hence why we get a Gakpo, because we want them to do more. Whereas back in the day, man, I don't care about how many fucking, you know what I mean, like how many goals these like David Beckham and that were getting. Well, you getting the assists. Well, my man's putting the ball in a sixpence, bro. You didn't care about any of these kind of statistics. It's only now we care about this stuff. That's why I'm like, just leave the errors alone, as Savage said, and then, you know what I mean, like let Salah be great in this era. It's like we're not even letting him be great. We're trying to compare him.
That's what I'm saying, and then we get cost for it. But it's like, you shouldn't have brought these men to the argument, because obviously I'm not going to pick Salah over them. So just put him against the people who are his actual peers, bruv. Not man who are his peers, blood. Because again, what you just said, we all know that like systems and all that have changed everything now. So when people go, oh, Zidane and Ronaldinho didn't even get very bad. If I weren't required to do something, why would I do it?
Yeah. And the other point as well is that you're right in terms of comparing him to his peers. There's hardly any man out there you can compare to this brother on that side of the pitch, bro. Hardly anyone.
Exactly. And then when Salah does another 2 years at Liverpool, bro, and it's 10 years or a decade and that, they're going to go, from 2017 to 2027. Who can you compare to Salah, who stayed there and done? And then there's going to be nobody, bro, because Harry Kane's already gone. Mane's gone. Hazard and that left early in the earlier part of 2017 and all that. So it's over with, bro. And then Salah's the guy, blood. Big up Salah.
All right, man. Let's leave it there, guys. Topping goal scoring, topping the assists, topping in the goals involvement, most shots, open play chances, big chance created, and expected goals. He is top of everything. Can he carry that on, though, into the next 9 games? We have to wait and kind of see, man. But we got a Premier League to win, guys. Arsenal are back tomorrow. I think, Fulham do a job tomorrow. Little draw in that. Make the Everton game a little bit easier, because Everton is going to do all they can to stop us from winning that game. That game ain't going to be no easy walk in the park. So we'll see, man. Sav, big up to you. G, big up to you. Guys, their links are in the title, so please go and subscribe to the man them. But yeah, I think there's a few videos I've got dropping. So look out for the videos, guys, man. There's a few videos dropping all week. Make sure you guys go and check those out. There should be one dropping at 12 as well. But yeah, G, Sav, have you guys got a video today or tomorrow? Or in the week?
Some point. Just subscribe, hit the notification bell, innit?
Yeah, I got monthly review. Just dropped it. So yeah, check out.
Monthly review. I hear it, man. All right, guys. Go and enjoy the rest of your evening, night, morning, wherever you are around the world, man. We'll catch you on the flip side. Peace out.